What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, y'all. What is going on this Monday, y'all? It is hot as hell in Atlanta. They call it Hot Atlanta for a reason, because it is hot as a mother out there. All right. It was like 90 degrees when I got off of work today when I was waiting on my Uber. And honey, I'm like, baby, it is too hot out here. I thought Mississippi heat was bad, but this is bad too. It's like 91 degrees outside. So if you ain't gotta go nowhere, don't take your ass outside. It is way too hot to be outside right about now. I'm just saying, it's too hot. It's that type of hot where it's like, bitch, what is this? This is not the heat that we went to the Underground Railroad in. Like, it's just too much. It's hot as hell in this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, god damn, it's hot. And you know, I normally like the hot weather. I would rather be warm than cold any day. Like when October and November rolls around, I'm never excited about that because I hate being cold. But bitch, this hot weather right here is something serious. Okay. But yes, this is the type of heat that make you have an attitude. Exactly. Okay. Like this is that attitude ass heat. Okay. Like for real, for real. Like it's like, don't talk to me because it's hot outside. It's that type of thing. Now, let me let you guys know about something because y'all do know that we start this at the 5-minute mark. So let me go ahead and pull this up. I didn't think to pull it up, but let me go ahead and pull it up now so you guys can be on the lookout for it. Now, y'all do know that last week I did a live with Bondi Blue about the R&B girl groups of the 90s. Well, tomorrow I'm doing a 90s boy band, R&B boy bands of the 90s tomorrow with T and JoJo. So be on the lookout for that on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be right here on Scotty by Nature TV. So the same way that you guys supported the live with me and Bundy, I hope you guys have that same energy and support this particular live with me, T, and JoJo. It's all about the 90s boy bands, okay? R&B boy bands of the 90s. And I'm very excited to have this conversation, okay? Just like I was excited to have the conversation last week with Bundy. I'm very excited to have this one. So this is just me just sticking my toe in the musical conversation centerpieces of it all. I'm slowly but surely getting myself into it. Like I've been talking about I've been talking about doing music commentary for 2 years, and I have allowed everything in a mama to get in my way in doing this shit. So I'm finally slowly but surely really getting into it, starting with these lives and stuff. There's been plenty of ideas that I've had, plenty of ideas that have been brought to me. Like the jukebox idea was brought to me damn near 2 years ago, and I never got the chance to do it. Number one, I was moving. Number two, I was going through things. Number three, I had too much on my plate and I couldn't fit it. So it's just like everything that I wanted to do, I didn't do. But I'm trying my best. This is me starting it off in a slow way, like slowly but surely dipping into it just to see how people react to it. Just basically checking everybody's temperature into seeing what they feel about this new direction that I'm going in. Because I'm not going to give up the reality TV commentary, but I'm definitely going to be heavy into my music commentary because that's really what I want to be doing. So it is what it is. Okay. So yes. Expect more musical conversations. There's so many different things that I want to do. So we're about to hit the 5-minute mark. So we're about to go ahead and get this thing going. Y'all do know that with every live, the goal is to hit 100 plus with every single live that we do. So let's hope that we get there. And for those of you who may be new and my moderators that are in here, I see you guys. I'm gonna shout you out in just a second. How far are we away? We are 17 subscribers away from 57K. We're 17 away. So we got to get to that 57K. I'm really, really hoping that we get to 57K before the month is over, but we're 17 subs away. So let's get there, okay? Let's get there. Now, let me shout out my moderators and then we're going to get started. We see Santivia, I see Too Feisty. I see Brandon. I see Catherine. I think that's all of the moderators I see right now. That's Santivia, Brandon, Too Feisty, and Catherine. Those are the 4 that I see right now. So, like I said, we got 17 more to go before we get to 57K. So let's go ahead and get into what we're here to talk about. All right. Now let's start it off with the very first one. We're going to start off with Momma Dee. Now, y'all do know that on one of the previous Yes for the Mess videos that I did, we talked about Scrappy coming from Porsha because, you know, Momma Dee had, you know, threw some slick shade at Porsha during what is it? During Drew Sidora's performance. And you know, Porsha really wasn't playing with that. She didn't like that at all. She said her things that she said about Momma Dee. Dennis didn't really say nothing. He just said he was going to stay out of it because he loved Momma Dee and he loved Scrappy, so he didn't really want to say nothing about it. But then Scrappy came along and he had some things to say about it. And he said that he was going to get 8 ugly bitches to jump on Porsha. Now, my words and were his, okay, before y'all try to call me out for saying the word bitch. But that's what he said. But now Scrappy done already said his piece. Now Momma Dee done came out and now she got something to say. So we're finna go ahead and get into what Mama Deborah, as DB had to say in the comments. We're gonna get into what she got to say and then we'll be back. So let's get into it, y'all.
I was DM'd by a certain housewife. I'm not gonna tell you who. And they pointed out to me that my son called the housewives, was it bitches or hoes? Whatever. Scrappy did not mean it for all the housewives. He does not mean that. He just went after a certain person, and they know who they are too. They know who they are too. So y'all stop getting defensive. You know, don't do that. He means you no harm. Stay out of it, because when I say that, for me, I feel like the housewives, Momma Dee gonna say it. Y'all put on $5,000, $10,000 outfits and go back and forth with each other. Dash. No. Let me tell you what Love and Hip Hop Atlanta do. We put on tennis shoes and take off our earrings, bitches, and we get to it. So never put yourself on our level and don't belittle us. You know what I mean? Because y'all, some of y'all is name chasing and money chasing, getting things you can't afford out of men. Let me say something. Me and Drew, we good. All this stuff comes from y'all. Me and Drew having a gig together. And I said, I can't believe Porsha's coming after you for her baby's father hot dog stand. And now it just went. So Porsha came at me and I went back at her, but he came for me too, trying to, he hit me, but he got off of me. And he said, I was Scrappy. So let me tell you something, for you to get on, period, with 2 bitches, you were wrong. That's why y'all, Scrappy came at him. So if I were them, stay the fuck back. Because I'm not going to say nothing past this. But if I see or I hear something, if I were them, learn Black American history before you come at Momma Dee. Hear about why Rosa Parks didn't lose her seat. Hear why when slavery was abolished, that it was learned in certain counties in Georgia. So if you don't know that, if you ain't did your study, if you're not a college graduate, because my major was, okay, let me hear you, was biology. My minor was history, and that is including Black history and American history, unfortunately. So when you come at me and my palace, come. If I were them, I would just let it ride out. Me and Scrappy don't mean nobody no harm. But if you come back, let's just say I would come to your hot dog restaurant and order a short hot dog. I don't play with nobody. Please don't come for me. And because, Dennis, I like you, you got into me and Portia's bullshit. That's why my son jumped into this, y'all. That's why Scrappy jumped into this. And I'm keeping it 100. So, Dennis, had you had left it between two women and not gave an opinion, you like, because you put your skirt wearing into it, here we go. So now here we go. So if I were you, Momma Dee ain't no joke. I know all y'all secrets. If you learned me on our show, I never walk into a situation with not knowing who I'm dealing with. I know your secrets. I know your family secrets, what your dad didn't do, your granddad didn't do. I know everything. Please leave me alone and be quiet. And we'll be quiet back at you. If you come back, here it goes. And we're at war. Donald Trump ain't got on the palace. Love you guys. And Drew, just so you know, it's not at you. And all the Housewives franchise, it's not at y'all guys. We love you. Momma Dee watch you. I'm a fan of all the franchise, right? Of all the franchise of Housewives. Love you. It was designated for one person and one person only. So we're not going to take it down. We ain't going to let nobody try to take y'all down. Because, like I said before, y'all put on $3,000 outfits and go across each other, across the table, arguments. Let me tell you about Love and Hip Hop. We put on tennis shoes and take off earrings, bitches. We get to it. So, if you ain't about that life, see ya. I was deep.
Baby, I'm so confused right now. But let me just start off by saying this, okay? Now, when it come down to the Momma Dee versus Porsha thing, this is the weirdest ass beef I've ever seen in my life. I don't think that what Momma Dee said on stage was really that deep for Porsha to be going in on Momma Dee like that, like talking about her teeth and shit like that. Like, I never felt that it gave all that. Never felt that way. So I don't understand why she even went that far. But when it come down to Dennis and Momma Dee going at Dennis, I don't even see why she going at Dennis, because Dennis really didn't say anything about Momma Dee. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall Dennis really saying much about Momma Dee in this moment, honestly. Because he even said he wasn't going to get in it. So I don't even understand why you coming for Dennis. Dennis didn't say nothing wrong. Dennis didn't say nothing right either. He didn't say shit. So I don't even know why you coming at Dennis anyway. And girl, Momma Dee, ain't nobody scared of you. I'm really gonna need for you to really realize that no one is scared of your I deserve in that order ass. I don't even know why Scrappy got on live trying to threaten Porsha. It ain't that damn deep. Porsha said what she said. Momma Dee said what she said, and it's done with. Why are we still talking about this shit 2 weeks later? It ain't even that fucking deep. It ain't that deep. Okay, and we already know that when it comes down to Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta is looked at as the upper echelon versus Love and Hip Hop being the hood. We already know that. And let's be clear, for a long time, I preferred Love and Hip Hop Atlanta over Real Housewives of Atlanta during the golden years. Let's be clear, okay? After season 6 of Atlanta, I was here for Love and Hip Hop. Like, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was giving them a run for their money at one point in time. So they were the better show at one point in time. Let's be honest here. We're going to be real, okay? But all I got to say is this is a battle that ain't even worth it. Like, girl, we don't give a fuck. Scrappy, we don't give a fuck. Porsha, we don't give a fuck. Momma Dee, we don't give a fuck. We don't care. So I don't even get why we even doing this. It wasn't that deep for Porsha to get upset about. It's not that deep for Momma Dee to be making videos about it. And it wasn't that deep for Scrappy to take his rubber band ass on live making threats to a woman. I'm just saying. Now, I'll take her from my mama. Okay, I'll take her from my mama. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be sitting up here threatening no damn woman. That's one thing you're not going to see me do. I'm not going to threaten no woman. Now, what I will say is, I got some homegirls that'll whoop your ass. Because I ain't going to touch you. I got some homegirls that'll touch you. But ain't that a threat too? But, but it ain't that serious. I feel like this could really be let go, honestly. It could really be over with now. Because who cares? Y'all don't really give a fuck. So why y'all doing all this? But anyway, let's move on to the next topic of the day. So let's talk about Candiace Dillard Bassett, okay? Now, Candiace did an interview with this podcast. I don't really remember there it is. It's this lady named Gia Peppers for the Healed Girl Era podcast, where she spoke about her issues with Monique Samuels and the fight that went down, as well as other things that happened behind the scenes with the Real Housewives of Potomac. So we're going to start out with the piece that they talked about when they discussed the beef with Monique, the fight with Monique, rather. Let's go ahead and get into that right now. Let's take a listen.
When we think about eras and times, obviously the most painful era was you and Monique's moment. And you talked about like the chipping away and the attacks and the madness and all of the things that happened. Did any part of you did any part of you have to like die to get through that moment?
Yeah, I died. Yes, I died. It was like, yeah, I was under the bed. And I like to make this distinction. My angst was not about the actual physical altercation. The angst came after, when
The backlash?
said person used her minions to lie. And at the time, I respected production. I respected the process, and we weren't supposed to be talking about anything that was happening during principal photography because we didn't have an air date yet.
Got it.
She was like, F this, I'm about to tell everybody.
And then
I'm telling it all.
blogs.
Yes.
Okay.
That was all her, putting all of that
Outside.
out there, planting all those seeds, and they were all in her favor with all of the lies that she was spreading. And it was, I look at it now and it's like, this is such unhealed clown behavior. Just unhealed era.
Yeah.
But at the time I couldn't understand, like, why would someone do that? Why would someone lie like that? And why would you break the rules? And
Production. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Because in my mind, I would never thought to do that.
Yeah.
So that was where the under the bed for me came from. It's like the disbelief that someone could lie like this.
And then the blogs pick it up.
Yes.
Then it airs.
Yes.
So that whole time, in between, nervous.
Not nervous, anxious. All the stages of grief.
When we think about eras and times, obviously the most painful era was you and Monique's moment. And you talked about like the chipping away and the attacks and the madness and all of the things that happened. Did any part of you did any part of you have to like die to get through that moment?
Yeah, I died. Yes, I died. It was like, yeah, I was under the bed. And I like to make this distinction. My angst was not about the actual physical altercation. The angst came after, when
The backlash?
said person.
Okay, we're starting over. Okay. So that was Candiace talking about her issues with Monique Samuels in regards to the fight and things like that. So the fight happened in 2019 is when they filmed the fight, and the fight aired in 2020. So the fight literally aired a year after it actually happened, right? I got my own opinions about this fight, and I'm sticking to my own opinions about this fight. I'm not even going to go into my opinions about that fight because I ain't got time to be arguing with nobody. And season 5 of Potomac was nothing more than every fucking season of Love and Marriage Huntsville when it come down to blogging about it. It was just that bad for me. However, I see people in the comments, and a lot of people are saying that she isn't holding holding herself accountable. She's not necessarily taking any accountability for anything that she did when it came down to the fight. Like, those are the comments that I'm seeing. And a lot of people are also telling her that she needs to let it go. It's been years, let it go, all this other stuff. Now, I would be a hypocrite if I sat up here and said that she needs to let it go. At the end of the day, the girl got her ass whooped on national TV and got drugged for a whole year over the fight. And there are bloggers out there that were aligned with Monique, allegedly, aligned with her, attacking her every which way. And not only was that happening, but people were dragging the shit out of her in the comments, saying that she deserved it. Her mouth is too smart, all that other stuff. You don't know what a person's mental state is when they're getting attacked the way that she was. I wasn't seeing it that way back then because I didn't follow the blogs. Like, I didn't really talk about gossip like that back then. I was just more so focused in on the show itself. I didn't really give a fuck about what happened in the blogs. But hold on, let me look at this comment real fast. Hey, I'm a little late to the live, but I'm glad I made it. I wanted to say how proud I am of you, Scotty. Ever since you got to Atlanta, you've been making major moves. I'm so very proud of you. Thank you so much for that. I think that is really the situation. And I feel like it has a lot more to do with the situation about the lies that were told about what actually happened with the fight, about the bloggers reporting misinformation. There was a lot of bloggers that were reporting this story and they were using it as a way to drag her, not necessarily telling what really happened, but it is what it is. So, and not to mention, Monique was her friend. That wasn't just her castmate. That was her friend too. So you whoop my ass on TV in front of millions of people. That's number one. Number two, you lied to the blogs and to the media about it. Got all your fans attacking me. And now I'm supposed to move on after you won't own up to it. What people got to understand is this right here. At the end of the day, when a person does something to you, it is very, very, very hard to forgive them for what they did to you. And sometimes the only way that a person can be forgiven is if they give you the space to forgive them. And what I mean by that is you can only be forgiven if you can own up to what the fuck you've done. That's the only way you can be forgiven, if you own up to what the fuck you've done. And if you can't own up to what the fuck you've done, then why am I forgiving you? Why are we having a conversation? Why are we talking? I cannot forgive no one who won't take accountability. And I tell y'all all the time that I am a person that will hold a grudge until the day you die, until the day I motherfucking die. I promise you. And I ain't saying that it's cute to hold grudges and shit like that. I promise you, that ain't what I'm saying. All I'm saying is y'all cannot tell that girl to move on and shit when Monique ain't never took no accountability for the shit that she's done. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like at the end of the day, that is the reason why she is like a dog with a bone when it comes down to this situation. And people are saying, well, Monique has moved on with her life and she's good. Well, y'all got to understand is Monique wasn't the one that was taunted and drugged and attacked on national TV for the world to see. Of course, she can move on with her life because she ain't got no damn worries. Candace can't move on with her life because the person that did the shit to her is not taking accountability and not owned their part in the situation. Now, we can go back and forth all day and talk about who started this fight, who was responsible for the fight. We can go back and forth about this shit all day because I still feel like neither one of them were innocent in that damn fight. If we want to talk about my opinion about the fight, I still feel like they both played a part in it. I do think that Monique was wrong for putting her hands on Candace, but I do feel like Candace played a part in it by, you don't dare nobody to drag you and you know you can't fight. You don't dare nobody to drag you when a person that you daring to drag you already told you a year before that when they were pregnant, they were going to drag you. And if they were pregnant and they said they're going to drag you, what the fuck make you think they're not going to do it when they're not pregnant? Don't underestimate your opponent. That's all. But it's like she said, it's not necessarily about the fight. It's more so about the things that happen afterwards. So what I'm saying is, I'm guessing the only way it could be put to rest is if Monique apologizes and really own up to it. But if she apologizes and owns up and take accountability for the lies that was told, now, would it really matter? Would Candace really be able to move forward even now after she apologizes or takes accountability? I don't know. I'm not Candace, so I can't speak on that. But we're going to move on to the other part of this where she talks about quitting Housewives.
When we found out I was pregnant, I kind of went back and forth like, well, maybe I could if I sit back and I don't. But when I got pregnant, when I realized I was pregnant, it wasn't even a thought in my mind. It was like, well, we're going to step away.
Wow.
And I went through the whole reunion because we weren't ready to announce that I was pregnant yet. And I had been asked to dial back at the reunion. You know, don't go so hard.
Right.
Don't do. Meanwhile, on the other side, they were dialed up and coming at me at level 27. So it's like, was I told this so that they could be told that, so that they could look one way and I could look one way, or did they just not follow directions? We may never know.
So tough.
Yeah.
Ooh,
when we wrapped that reunion, I was like, this is, if I wasn't sure before,
I am sure.
I'm sure now. And it made it easier to say, I'm choosing my uterus. I'm choosing my unborn child. When we found out I was pregnant.
So in so many words, Candace is saying that she found out that she was pregnant right around the time of the reunion and she wasn't ready to announce her pregnancy yet. And once she found out, it was like a no-brainer that she wasn't going to come back. She chose peace in her uterus over the show. And sometimes, doing these shows might be a great thing for you, but sometimes you do have to let it go sometimes. And she needed to let it go. It really wasn't good for her mental space. And as much of a vital part as Candace plays into this whole show, to be quite honest, I still feel as though it probably was best that she made the decision that she made and moved on with her life, in my opinion. It was probably the best thing for her, honestly, to just pick up and just move forward and just be like, nah, I gotta go. I'm already pregnant. I don't need all this stress on me when I'm trying to have a baby. Like, no, I don't need this right now. I don't need none of that, all that. So that's just what I think. I think that she made the right decision for her and her own self. And honestly, she's doing well without the show. I mean, a lot of people be laughing at folks who lead the show like Candace and Candy, but they're flourishing without the Real Housewives. I think what really happened is that Candace took a page out of Candy's book and really laid down a foundation for the things that she really wanted to do outside of the show. She used this show as a vehicle, as she should have. And now she's doing great things with what she's doing right now. So at the end of the day, I think that she's doing a great job, and she did what she needed to do for her. Honestly, that's what I think. So shout out to Candace. I still hope she comes back at some point in time. But with Monique being back on the show, and as long as she's on the show, I don't think Candace is ever coming back. Okay. Now we can move on to the next one, and that is Cynthia. Now, Cynthia was on her podcast with Crystal, who is formerly of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and they discussed some reunion stuff. Let's get into it, y'all.
That Porsha had such a tough season. Maybe this is just the OG thing at this point, because she's kind of considered OG.
She's very OG.
She came in my opinion, she controlled that reunion from the time she sat down until she left. She totally did what needed to be done, said what needed to be said, and I don't think she's gonna have any issues next season coming back for sure.
She was ready.
Yeah. And trust me, it's like when you have a tough season, especially even where the fans are like dragging you and stuff, to come in and
she's an OG.
fix it. Like it was definitely a fix it Jesus moment in the words of Phaedra Parks. She fixed it Jesus, in my opinion.
She fixed it.
Yeah,
I really love all of these lines. They're so good.
Porsha had an excellent reunion.
Okay.
And coming in like in that situation and being in the hot seat, like I was really curious how it was all going to go out. But, she had a whole tough season for a lot of reasons, like going through that divorce and this. And remember her husband.
Yeah.
He was detained by ICE, but now he's out. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he just got out like a week ago. Well, he got deported. He went to, they deported him back to Nigeria.
Yes, I read something. But
apparently he's in Dubai now too. So the fact that Porsha had such a tough season, maybe this is just.
Okay, so that was Porsha talking about, not Porsha, I'm sorry. That was Cynthia talking about Porsha's performance at the reunion. And she said that Porsha came in lit, Porsha came in ready. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all this. Cynthia is not the only person that said that. Now, there are people that that covers the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they pretty much told us that she came in ready for the mess. She came in ready for it. And I would think, to be quite honest, I would think, and I would very much so hope that with the season that she's had, she can come to this reunion and really set it off and really save herself, because she's been getting drugged all season. Now, like I said, I've been hearing since the reunion was done filming that Porsha did not come to play. Y'all know I don't fuck with Porsha. Y'all know I don't like Porsha. So yeah, but that's what I was told multiple times. I heard that Angela was not here to play, and I heard that Drew was not here to play either. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this, going into this whole reunion situation, I am really rooting. The person that I am rooting for is really Drew. That's who I'm rooting for, because I feel like that's the person that everybody kind of underrates and downgrades and stuff like that. And the fact that she was at the end of the couch is really sickening to me, and not in a good way. I don't like the fact that she was at the end of the goddamn couch. I don't think that was cool. I don't think that was right. I think that was pretty fucked up that she was at the end of the couch. I feel like Drew should have had the second chair or the first, honestly, because at the beginning of the season, well, I kind of figured, and I said this already, I knew that the first seat people would be Shamia and Porsha. I knew that from the beginning. I said that like early on, because it seemed like they were trying to, I won't say make her the anchor, because it's clear that, Porsha is the anchor. But I felt like they were trying to also put Shamia in that place as well, because she was standing in the center right alongside Porsha. So for me, I was like, they probably gonna give her a first seat at the damn reunion. Probably they probably gonna give her a first seat, and that's exactly what happened. But it's just the way that everything kind of switched up by mid-season. Shamia was the favorite at the beginning, but now once we got to the middle of the season, Angela turned into the favorite, and then Drew showed up and showed out. So, everybody had their turn, I guess, but we're going to see how this reunion goes. I'm actually pretty excited that the reunion is about to come out. So I'm ready to see it. And I'm just going to go on and tell y'all, it's not changing the way that I review shows, but being on the show myself now, I can honestly say that it's very, very hard to not be messy on a reality show. It like you're bound to be in some kind of drama. For the people that's never in no shit, I applaud you. Because how do you do it? Because no matter what you try to do to keep yourself from being in the show, being in a mess, I still somehow find myself, oh God, I'm in the middle of this. Oh, I'm in the middle of that. Oh, I'm in the middle of it. Like, oh my God. Like, watching reality TV and just being in the midst of the web reality TV world and just seeing how it goes, it's very hard to not be in no mess. It's hard, especially when you're not messy in real life and you don't really give a fuck about this shit. It's very hard to not be in no drama or to start some. You feel what I'm saying? It is, but yeah. So shout out to Cynthia. But I do think that this show was all about Angela and Drew. Okay. For those of you that's asking me about this show, it is not out yet. We're filming the show right now. It's a web reality show. It's not on TV. It's a web reality show. And when the time comes, when it comes out, when everything is ready for y'all will know everything because I'll be promoting it here so y'all can know where to go to watch it and all those things because I know exactly where to go to watch it. I ain't telling y'all that yet because it ain't time to. But just know that we've been filming this show for the last month and a half and your boy's working. I feel like it's on my back. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. This ain't the video for that. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. So let's go ahead and get into Miss Angela Oakley. Now, Angela Oakley has been being shaded and dragged by Phaedra in the confessionals since Phaedra came on. And on Watch What Happens Live, somebody asked Angela how she felt about the shit that Phaedra was saying. And of course, Angela pretty much so responded. So let's go ahead and get into that. Let's get into it.
First of all, you're an amazing addition to the show.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, what was your reaction when Phaedra said you're the oldest looking young person she's ever met? I did not like that at all.
Neither did I. And I was wondering, did she bypass a mirror, a friend? Did she have anyone to tell her how old she looked, especially coming in? Phaedra came in looking kind of old. So I was just like, just run by a mirror. You'll be fine, Phaedra. Run by a mirror.
All right. Thank you very much.
Damn, Angela. Angela Slick shaded the shit out. Angela went in on Phaedra. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can say, some of y'all can say, oh, that ain't no read. That ain't no read. Yes, the fuck it is. Angela let Phaedra ass have it. Okay, without even trying to let her have it. She really let her have it just then. She did. We can sit up here and act like she didn't, but she did. Okay, and she ain't tell no lies because that's something that we all been saying. Has Phaedra forgotten how she looked when she first came on this damn show, looking like a damn school teacher? You feel what I'm saying? Like, she didn't tell not one lie about anything that she said about Phaedra. Because I don't know who told Phaedra that she was the motherfucking savior to the beauty people and stuff like that, or just whatever. But girl, bye. Because you had no right talking about Angela and how the fuck she looked, talking about she is the oldest looking young lady she ever seen. Girl, when you came on the show, you was what, 38? That's 2 years older than me, and you came on looking like you was every bit of 58. So what the fuck are you talking about? But see, I guess because you have decided that you finna be Young Miami and JT for the rest of your life, you feel like you can speak on how other folks look and shit. Like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Get the hell on. Get the fuck on. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, like, move on. Stop acting like you, you know, beautiful. I just want you to know. Yeah, like, girl, please. You always got something to say about somebody and how the fuck they look. Like, girl, get the fuck out of here. Because you wasn't a looker when you first came on here. You were not. All you got to speak on now is your ass. Here we go. They've all spoken on each other's look, though. Okay, and Phaedra don't know Angela. And Angela ain't said nothing about Phaedra. That's the difference here. So y'all love doing that now. When somebody goes in on one of y'all faves, because I'm assuming that Phaedra is your fave, but y'all love doing that. Y'all love saying stuff like that to make it okay for the shit that they're saying. The only reason why a lot of us are having something to say about Phaedra and what she said about Angela is because it wasn't warranted. It wasn't warranted. Angela didn't do shit to Phaedra for her to be going in on her looks the way that she was. She had something to say about Angela and she had something to say about Drew. You were only there for 10 damn days. How the fuck do you have so much to say about these women the way that you are? So yeah, they've all talked about each other's looks at some point in time, But Phaedra don't know Angela. Like, she's been on her titties since she came back. That's why it's a problem. That's why it's a problem. Well, even if she isn't your fave, it don't really matter. But I'm just letting you know why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't care if they've all talked about each other at one point in time. Okay, yeah, that's true. So what? Phaedra don't know Angela, so she shouldn't be speaking on her like that. Sorry, but I ain't doing that. I ain't really fucking with that. I don't like that. Like, why she going so hard on that girl like that? The girl ain't did nothing to her. And I hope Angela drags her ass from here to Timbuktu at this damn reunion. So we're going to go to the last part of the show, and that is Porsha. Now, Porsha, most of this live has been about Porsha, honestly. But Porsha, her divorce is final. Her divorce is final, and she did this whole photo shoot for People magazine, talking about, what she was doing, channeling Bernadine in Waiting to Exhale or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and get into some of this interview that she did talking about her divorce. And of course, we'll be back. Let's get into it, y'all.
Well, now that my divorce is finalized, yes, I'm finally able to exhale. I really am. It comes with mixed feelings. It's probably more of like, it's not like a smooth, like, it's like, because it's not smooth yet. Like, it's kind of surreal. I mean, divorces are so long and drawn out and so ugly. But I'm just glad not to be in the fight anymore. I'm glad not to battle anymore. I really hope that I can just send love out and be done with like fighting and protecting myself and being in defense mode. I'm just ready to move on and live. I really am. I'm ready for what's next. I really, really am. And I forgive myself, and I truly forgive him. And I'm done with the animosity. And I'm done with what could have been. And I'm also done fantasizing about what it could have been. Because when you have a marriage like mine that felt so perfect, you often, after the breakup, fantasize about how perfect it could have been and what you could have done different. And I'm okay now with how everything has happened. And I'm good. I'm good. And I'm telling you, my daughter is 6, and I love spending time with her because every time I look at her, I take a mental picture and I savor the moments with her, because there were a lot of moments through this divorce that I couldn't be with her mentally. I'd be sitting there, she's playing, I'm just in a whole nother mind space. But where I am now with everything behind me, I can enjoy being a mommy. I can enjoy loving those around me. And so like, I'm just ready to just be back to who I am. I'm ready for Porsha to come back. My like good real laugh to come back. Now I just have to put one foot in front of the other, try to cover my heart, keep it as soft as I can, and just move forward with life. That's all I can do right now.
Okay, so that was Porsha during her People magazine interview or whatever, right? I feel like Porsha is delusional. I'm gonna start off with that. I think that she's delusional to ever get it in her brain that this marriage of hers was perfect. I don't see how it ever felt perfect, to be quite honest. I mean, look at the way you got him. That's a very perfect situation, don't you think? Like, think about how you got him, and you thought that it was perfect. The only thing that was perfect about it was hold on. The only thing that was perfect about it was the money and the things that she thought that she was going to have. That's the only thing that was perfect about the situation. Honestly, that's the only thing that she felt like it was perfect. I don't think that I can't tell nobody how to feel about what they're going through and stuff like that, because I'm looking at her like, girl, you acting like you want to say you Bernadine, but it's kind of like, if anybody was Bernadine, it was Fallon, and you was the bitch that kept his books, aren't you? And Simon picked the day that you were celebrating PJ or whatever you were doing, that picture came out to flaunt you around your business partners, his business partners and his friends. What the fuck were they supposed to think, Simon? Okay, like that's what that was given. That's what it was given. So for you to sit up here and try to channel Bernadine, like you talking about some now you can exhale when you was the reason why Fallon wasn't exhaling at all and she couldn't breathe because you were fucking her husband. Like, girl, come on now. But I guess Porsha, whatever makes you feel good at night for you to go to sleep. I guess that's amazing for you. Like, you know, you're out of a bad situation that you put yourself in by sleeping with somebody else's man. But okay. And then from what I heard, one of Simon's baby mamas came out and said that you lied about the whole child support paying thing. So I don't know what to believe when it comes down to Porsha. I really be trying not to stick it to Porsha way too much like that, because people swear whenever you hold her accountable for anything, they swear you hate her. They swear you hate her. I'll just leave that to Keisha. Because that's one person that's been going in on her ass, and that's one person that's been at the divorce hearings and shit like that. So that is, you know, I just leave it to Keisha. Okay, that's who I leave it for. So, you know, but I just feel like she's fucking delusional. I do feel like Porsha is delusional as fuck. I feel like she's deluded. You know, Drew made a hit when she made that song. You must be delusional, because she clearly was delusional to ever think that this was ever going to be anything special. It was never going to be nothing special for Porsha. Like, look at how you got him. You should never in your life ever believe that if you go along and get a man in a dirty, low down ass way that you're gonna prosper. You're not. And this man made you quit all your jobs. You quit the Housewives. You quit Dish Nation, and you put out a damn book. And you went on with your merry little way. And not long after that, you're divorced. I feel more so sorry for Drew than Porsha. Honestly, and I know other folks don't feel sorry for Drew and what she's going through and stuff like that, but I feel bad for Drew. I feel like Drew really loved Ralph in his dirty drawers. I'm sure that his drawers were dirty. I'm sure she loved him more than life itself. I don't really believe that Porsha really loved Simon like that. I think she loved the lifestyle that she thought that she was going to give in the house and all of that other shit. So, I mean, whatever. I don't know, but I would love to be as confident and delusional as Porsha is. I would love that for me. I promise I would love that for me. I would love that for me. Absolutely would love that for me. But y'all, that's all I got right now. I'm gonna see you guys a little later for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Depending on how I feel tonight, I might do a story time, depending on how I feel tonight, if I'm not too tired after the panel is over with. But I will see you guys on the next live. Okay? Bye, y'all.
On some whole shit. What happened to the Zeus fame? Then Bobby made you change your name. For a show, still searching for a ring. Pray these hoes find better days. Cut off everybody. Don't trust nobody. Play with everybody. Don't have nobody. Cut off everybody. Don't trust nobody. Play with everybody. Don't have nobody. Nobody. Nigga never was a real one. Copping, please, spreading lies. What you hiding from? All these shows just an extra. Little dance now, twerking on shit like.